Welcome back to the DAWGCAST, a podcast where dogs can still be dogs. Am I right, Oscar? I'm your host, Pat Moore Comedy, joined as always by my esteemed co-host, my adopted son, Ozzy the Palm. We're coming to you this week from the DAWGCAST studios, wishing you a happy belated 4th of July. Should we hit him with some national pride, Oscar? We don't know how much longer we can celebrate.
Dad, why did you say it might be our last chance to celebrate?
Well, Oscar, America is an empire, and empires rise and fall. And I think we're starting to watch one begin to fall. And speaking of falling, have you seen our president try to walk?
You sound pretty cynical. I mean, Top Gun grossed $1.5 billion worldwide. That doesn't sound like a decline to me.
Look, I don't want this to become a political podcast, okay? But Top Gun has nothing to do with the health of our nation. But speaking of health, I think our president probably went back to the future because he has Parkinson's.
Oh, okay. So Top Gun is a few years old, but look at last year's top 3 grossing films. Number 1, Barbie, the perfect portrait of the American woman. Number 2, Super Mario Brothers, a great representation of Italian Americans. Number 3, Oppenheimer. What a fun way to celebrate a war crime. America isn't just number 1. I mean, they're most of the top 10.
Movies have nothing to do with it. And we have an election coming up with 2 candidates totally unfit to serve office, and the country has never been more divided.
Divided? Into different movie theaters, maybe. And the candidates for this election seem like a fun movie, by the way. It feels like American Psycho meets Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's makes me think of Bernie. But there's nothing fun about this election.
That's not what you said about the debate.
That was an off-camera conversation. And I was in an altered state that did make it hilarious and compelling.
See? Even as something as boring as a debate, America is number 1. So who are you going to vote for?
Well, it's complicated, because the thing you have to understand is that America is a country that is based on the illusion of choice. Do you want to shop at Walmart or do you want to shop at Target? Do you want to eat McDonald's or do you want to eat Burger King? It's the same shit. And so people, when it comes, it goes all the way down to the very foundation of the country, our democracy, our electoral process. Do you want to vote for a Democrat or do you want to vote for a Republican? And then you maybe say, hey, maybe democracy hasn't existed, and I can pinpoint the moment that it really stopped to exist, which is post 9/11, the New York Times prints a story about weapons of mass destruction, legitimizing the war in Iraq.
Is this why Mom doesn't like bringing you to parties?
Wait, is Mom taking you to parties without me?
Okay, well, that's all the time we have left for today. This has been the DAWGCAST. Woof, woof, woof. The only podcast for the dogs, by the dogs. America might be number 1 at the box office, but we'd like to be number 1 on the pod charts. So give us a 5-star rating, subscribe, like, share it with a friend, so I can get more treats and stuff. Until next time, I've been Oscar the Palm, joined as always by my co-host, that you shouldn't mention politics to, Pat Moore Comedy. See you next week. Bye-bye.